Good morning and happy Friday. These are your morning headlines for October 11th, 2024 here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Austin Pace. The man charged with kidnapping a woman last week and beating her has a history of a similar crime. Colby Heaton appeared in court this week, where a judge ordered a bond of $350,000. According to Local News 8, on October 5th, just before 5 p.m., a woman stopped a stranger on the 300 block of 14th Street, saying she had escaped from Heaton and asked to use their phone to call 911. Police located Heaton early Monday morning, October 7th, and led police on a high-speed chase, where Heaton was eventually apprehended. In July of 2012, Heaton pleaded guilty to a very similar crime, beating a woman over 4 days and intentionally crashed his pickup into a tree with her as a passenger. Reports say he hit her with a hammer and broke an ashtray over her head. He also stabbed the woman with scissors before crashing his truck. Heaton was sentenced to 5 to 25 years in jail. The general election is happening in a little more than 3 weeks, and now is the time to register to vote. The deadline to register to vote online is today. After Friday, people can still register to vote at their local polling station. Idaho Secretary of State Phil McGrain says the deadline is especially important for those planning to vote by absentee ballot. The deadline to request an absentee ballot in Idaho is October 25th. To register to vote online, request an absentee ballot, and find more information, go to voteidaho.gov. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from Australia, Sweden, Rexburg, and more places all over the world have written verses for hymns and submitted them to BYU-Idaho. Some of these verses have received a tune. BYU-Idaho Music Department Chair Dr. Daniel Kerr said the hymn text submissions go towards the university's annual hymn festival, where students perform new hymns with lyrics from text submissions and music from composition students. Kerr said the festival started 20 years ago and invites all to submit texts if they're interested.
Every few months, we're seeing new hymns released from the church. So that's very exciting. And this is kind of a similar process just on our local level to encourage more people to be creative and help submit things to grow the hymns that we can be singing in church and in our own homes and lives.
Kerr said there are some helpful guidelines with writing hymn text. The text must be focused on a sacred topic and be doctrinally correct. The words must also align in a poetic meter that could be set to music. He also reminded writers to match the meters of each verse if there are multiple verses. A team of people in the music department reviews the entries and determines if the poem conveys a clear message with a solid rhyming structure. The team then chooses which text will be set to music. Music students studying composition then compose music for the chosen works. Kerr said there has typically been 60 to 110 entries in the past, but approximately 12 texts get set to music.
It's a great experience to be a participant in it and to put yourself out there and to share your talents. But it's also a great experience to just come and listen and sing along.
Writers can still submit hymn texts until October 18th. If you're interested in submitting texts, email it to hymnfestival@byui.edu. Thanks for joining me today. These have been your morning headlines for October 11th, 2024. We've got more great content for you anytime you want it. Just search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast app. You can also ask your smart speaker to play KBYI 94.3 FM. But we're also online. Head on over to byui.edu/radio to listen there. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Austin Pace.